There's a short story about a guy who's definitely having the last laugh after a girlfriend of his who dumped him like out of the blue, like he meant nothing to her. Now she's back a year later looking for another chance, and he is just completely baffled by this whole thing that they always come back because, newsflash, they always come back when things don't work out. Titled, She Came Back. She broke up with me a year ago. Why the F do they always come back? And a shout to Mr. Arkansas for sending in this story. Now listen to this, guys. It says, I've heard people say they always come back. I don't know, maybe he heard it from here. I was 100% certain my breakup was different and that she would never come back. But she did. A brief recap. It says, we were together for a year and a half. She broke up with me around November 2024, completely out of nowhere. We were in love. I was madly in love with her. Well, you were in love, brother. She wasn't in love with you because her actions showed you she wasn't in love with you. I went abroad for about a month for work, and when I came back, she started crying and said she wasn't ready for a serious relationship. She told me not to contact her, said I was a good man, but that she didn't feel anything for me anymore. Then she blocked me everywhere. I blocked her on a few platforms too because I didn't want to see her. Then came the dark time. Well, like that, boom, just ripped his heart out, stopped it on the ground, and lit on fire. But I'm glad he blocked her too. This is why I don't feel bad for them, because they got no problem just destroying you, walking away like you meant nothing. And take a wild guess what she was probably doing, that led up to that. Well, then came the dark time. For about 3 months after the breakup, I would message her occasionally. Smack! Don't do that, bro. That only reinforces why, in her mind, why she left. Like, he's needy. He's possessive. He can't take a no. We tried to be friends. That's a terrible idea. But we both knew it wouldn't work. Our last messages were on January 2025, and after that, I told myself I couldn't contact her anymore. Okay, so for like 2 months, he was trying to, try to show how much of a nice guy he was and all that. That didn't work. While I stalked her TikTok reposts daily, I was in pain, lost, empty inside. Gotta let her go, but most of us have been there, and I get what he was going through. After 3 months, things started to getting slowly better. I had a few one-night stands, a few flings with different girls, but I couldn't recreate the love I felt for her. I still stalked her a bit, just less and less. I still thought about her sometimes. Well, yes, getting with some girls can definitely take your mind off things, but it isn't going to fix anything, permanently. He just has to get over her. It takes time. And also realize how much of an a-hole she was for getting rid of him. But this is normal. There ain't nobody watching this that didn't get dumped, that didn't kind of, stalk their girl on social media for a little bit or have a hard time with it, The longer you're with somebody, the harder it is to get over them. It says it's strange. Things improved slightly, but I think I slowly fell out of love with her, while also failing to find anybody who gave me the same feeling. I was just lost. Honestly, I still feel that way now just lost and empty. Well, yeah, she broke something in you. That's how a lot of nice guys become a-holes when they're stomped on like that. Well, a few days ago, and we're fast forwarding in time here, her niece messaged me saying that my ex has been asking a lot of questions about me and still has feelings. Amazing how that works. A year later, he's no longer contacting her. He's moved on mostly. Now she's, I stayed in touch with the niece after the breakup. We played games together sometimes, so she would message me occasionally. When I heard that, I felt nothing. A year ago, that would have put me on cloud 9. Now, absolutely nothing. See? He's indifferent. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. I feel nothing. But he's curious. I replied that is normal, that I still think about her sometimes, and her niece said I should unblock her and message first. No, you should not message her. If she's, at the very least, if she's talking about him, she can come to him, even though this is a bad idea. Because my ex is afraid and thinks she ruined my life, I said I'd think about it. Again, indifferent. For a few days, I wasn't happy or sad, just empty again. I wasn't in a rush. Then 2 days ago, my ex unblocked me on Facebook and messaged me saying, "Hey, what's up?" That's what she gives him after all this time. Hey, what's up? Or, what do they usually say? Hey, stranger, that type of thing. We chatted lightly about what's new, nothing but the breakup, like it never happened. Then she invited me to a New Year's Eve party at her brother's place. I was very close with her family. I said that it would be awkward. She said not to be stupid and that it wouldn't be awkward at all. She's trying to get in this guy's good graces, and she's saying don't be stupid because in her mind, she can treat him that way and he'll put up with it. I said I'd think about it. Notice he's giving like girl answers. I'll think about it. Maybe. Maybe I felt a tiny spark, but nothing major. Nothing even close to what it used to be. Well, New Year's Eve came. She asked if I was coming, and I said no. I had other plans. The truth is, if I really wanted to go, I could have easily have changed my plans. I just didn't know if I wanted to. See? Doesn't care. He cares enough to be curious here, but not in a way that gets him making dumb mistakes. She said it was sad that I wasn't coming, but that we had to meet someday. I said we'd see. Another girl answered, well, we'll see. I went to another party with friends and got drunk. After midnight, we started messaging again, both drunk. She apologized, said she wants to try again. There you go. Gee, why didn't you want to try before? Why didn't you want to talk to me and work on things? Well, of course, because she was with some other guy. She said she had a short relationship with another guy. Ding, ding, ding. Left him and was always thinking about me. That our parents are happy we're talking again. That I loved her like no one else did. Tough shit, asshole. You threw me away like a piece of rotten garbage. And now you think I'm just going to forget all that and take you back? No way. And again, I felt nothing. No love for her, no love for the other girls I'm talking to, no spark, maybe the tiniest bit, but barely. Well, that's surreal to me because a year ago I would have lost my mind over this. I'll never forget the first time I was dumped really bad when I was 16 years old, and it crushed me. Really, guys. That was one of my major R-pill moments about the whole thing, what went down. And a couple years later, guess who was chasing after me? That same girl. And I could care freaking less. And the more I could care less, the more she chased after me. But my younger self would have jumped on that. I told her that we should talk sober someday, and that she always keeps me a second option. I told her we should talk sober someday, and that she always keeps me a second option. She denied it. We argued a bit, and I told her I loved her deeply, unbelievably deeply, but now I don't know what I want. So now I'm lost. I don't think I feel anything for her, yet I still think about her. I haven't been successful in finding somebody else. At the same time, I don't want anybody else to be with her either. Maybe it's my ego, maybe something else, I don't know. I don't feel anger, just emptiness. I think I want to be with her, and I don't want to be with her at the same time. I don't think this reset my healing, but I honestly don't know. Maybe I'm back a few steps, definitely not back at square one. What should I do? Do you think she's being truthful? No. She says that she left the other guy, but her TikTok repost kind of suggests otherwise. Maybe that's why she's trying to get back. Because now she's feeling empty, lonely, and knows that I loved her, past tense, very deeply. I'm really lost. What should I do? One last thing. If you're going to go through a breakup right now, yes, it's possible to stop hurting. A year ago, I thought I'd be sad forever, but she did take something with her when she left. I'm kind of empty inside now. So he's asking what to do. Here's what you do. Well, number one, my address. He says, why the F do they always come back? They always come back. They'll always come back to what they perceive as a sure thing. You know, they dump a guy who's a good guy to her and walk away like the guy meant nothing and not care. On to the next guy. Things don't work out with the next guy, and I'm guessing she didn't break up with that guy. He dumped her, or he didn't meet her expectations. And now because she doesn't want to be alone, she's going back to what she thought was the sure thing, this guy. Except he was hurt so badly, he's now become just empty. And he's also indifferent. He's curious, and there's part of him almost like it's built in, ingrained to like think about what could be. But at the end of the day, it's not going to happen. But he cannot get back with her, because if he gets back with her, that's going to show her she can treat him like dog crap, and he'll come back, and she'll do it again, guaranteed. If he wasn't good enough for her the first time around, that she had to go off and find herself or whatever she was doing with some other dude, mark my words, she'll do it again. So this guy should, in my opinion, just say, well, you know what, It's been interesting, but I've moved on. You need to as well. End of story. And block her and everything. He says he's friendly with her family, I think, or her niece. I don't know how that whole thing works out. And that's nice and all, but with her, no freaking way. You don't get back with someone that tossed you away like garbage. The only way I can see ever getting back with an ex in a situation is if, let's just say you had a good thing going, and she was going off to school on the other side of the country, and she suggested, we really shouldn't do the long distance thing. We both know it's not going to work out. And you parted ways amicably, and she was kind about it. And then years later, she moved back to your area, and you're both single, and there was no bad blood. Then maybe test the waters a little bit. But beyond that, if she just dumps you out of nowhere and throws you away like garbage and was heartless about it and mean and all that, and now she's back, and probably because some guy dumped her, no way ever take her back. Because she'll do the same thing. Guaranteed. And obviously she was cheating on him beforehand. So this guy who's curious about this whole thing, this is what they do. They always come back, only if things stink. If things are going well in their lives, they're not going to come back. But if it's really bad, which usually it is because these people are morons, they will come back. And you guys will have the last laugh. And this guy here, he doesn't realize it, but he's actually having the last laugh. So I wish him the best.